Oxford Historical Treaties at launch is based primarily around a series called the Consolidated Treaty Series. Now this was a 230-volume print series which was published between the 1960s and 1980s and collected by the late Professor Clive Parry. The significance of this treaty collection is that it contained all treaties between 1648 and 1919. One of the ideas we had was to simply digitize the Consolidated Treaty Series of Clive Parry, but the more we looked at the content of these treaties, we could just see stories that were emerging that needed to be told, ways in which we could just bring this content a little bit more alive. So I contacted Randall Lasaffa, who's now become our general editor, to discuss with him the possibility of just making this a much more live product.
What I like about the idea that Oxford University Press wanted to bring them online was that it's actually something in the spirit of Clive Parry himself. His aim was to make these treaties more accessible, and he did it in the way that was the most logical at the time. And of course, making them accessible online is the next logical step to make them accessible in the 21st century.
The principal benefit of having this collection online is obviously a physical one. Working with a 230-volume print set was obviously very unwieldy.
I did my PhD to a large extent on Parry. I ended up with having hundreds of these treaties photocopied. Now, a few months ago, I threw away, after 25 years, these copies, which emptied 2 cupboards in my house.
But far beyond that, the real benefit of this is that it really changes the approaches that you can take to undertaking historical treaty research. You can do period searches, you can do searches by the titles of treaties.
It's far faster to find what you're looking for, so that's, I think, an enormous advantage, not only in speed. Now, of course, you can expand your research easily over related treaties and spend far less time to do that.
The introductions that Clive Parry provides are very important for the user. So what Clive Parry tried to do was to provide a little bit of background information, such as whether the treaty is still in force, or if it was superseded by another treaty, or sometimes just about other related treaties that relate to the same facts.
What we also aspire to do is to extend with time beyond Parry, and particularly beyond, I mean, further back in time. So before 1648, and that would make it even more unique, I think.
What sets Oxford Historical Treaties apart is not just the breadth and comprehensiveness of pre-1919 materials, but also how easy it is to discover exactly what you're looking for and also to find related materials.